Dear friend, there's something very real, but often left unspoken. Once we hit our 60s, that quiet sense that I just don't feel the desire like I used to. It doesn't crash in like a storm. It fades in like a whisper, but leaves a silence that feels louder than words. And if you've ever asked yourself, does growing older mean I have to let go of intimacy? Hold that thought, because by the end of this video, you may see things differently. This is 60 Wellness Vibes, your safe space for grounded, thoughtful, and sometimes raw conversations about mental, physical, emotional, and intimate wellness after 60. And today, we're diving straight into one of the most overlooked roots of intimacy struggles: hormones, but not just testosterone or estrogen, like you've always been told. There's more to the story, and the key to reawakening your desire doesn't always lie in pills or clinics, but in small, everyday changes that are deeply human and backed by science. Here's what many people believe. Desire is natural. If it's gone, it's just gone. But the truth? Desire after 60 doesn't disappear. It simply evolves. It no longer comes from a youthful body. It comes from steady hormones, emotional connection, and a brain-body rhythm that still remembers how to want. And once you understand that rhythm, you don't have to try to feel it. You just will, naturally. A 2024 study from Stanford University found that older adults can maintain and even recover their natural sense of intimacy when hormone balance and emotional cues are realigned. Sounds clinical, but it's surprisingly simple. For example, a healthy fat meal in the evening can trigger the pituitary gland to produce intimacy hormones during sleep, exactly when the body is most receptive to emotional bonding. Or a small, spontaneous touch, like resting your hand on your partner's shoulder while watching TV, can double your oxytocin levels compared to forced or mechanical intimacy. This isn't about age. This is about reclaiming a hormonal rhythm we've slowly lost. Modern life disconnects us from our natural cycles, our sleep, our breath, our emotional cues, and so many people at 65 still have physical ability, but the wiring between desire and emotion gets dimmed. The result? They stop feeling the urge to connect, even though the body still can. In the next part of this video, we'll uncover why certain foods you eat every day might be quietly numbing your intimacy hormones, how to reactivate testosterone or estrogen naturally through breathing, sleep, and small social habits, and the surprising science behind delayed gratification, also known as edging, and how it can boost dopamine in seniors by up to 40%. This is where the true key lies, not in medications, not in pressure, but in rediscovering your own chemistry. Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't respond the way it used to? Do you sometimes avoid touch, not because you don't want it, but because you fear disappointment? If so, you're not alone. Leave a comment, or even better, invite your partner to watch this with you. These are conversations worth having. And remember, you're right here with us on 60 Plus Wellness Vibes, where growing older doesn't mean growing distant. Ever noticed how some mornings you wake up feeling lighter, more open, maybe even quietly longing for connection? And other mornings, despite good sleep, you feel emotionally flat, almost untouched from within? That's not just mood, that's hormonal rhythm. And here's the truth: you can influence it with food, breath, touch, and simple timing. This is 60 Wellness Vibes, and this conversation is the heart of what we stand for: understanding the real science behind intimacy after 60 and turning it into something deeply human again. 1. The food you eat every day might be quietly draining your intimacy hormones. Ultra-processed meats, reheated oils, sugary snacks at night. These are not just bad for health. They directly suppress testosterone and estrogen by interfering with your brain-body hormone axis. Even BPA in canned goods can lower libido in both men and women over 60. But here's the flip side. Foods like pumpkin seeds, avocado, wild salmon, dark cacao, and barley tea have been shown to gently restore dopamine, stabilize cortisol, and support hormonal signaling without any medications. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine concluded a high polyphenol, unsaturated fat diet can naturally elevate testosterone in older men within 12 weeks. You don't need a supplement cabinet. You need a smarter dinner plate. 2. Breathing. Yes, breathing is your intimacy switch. At 60 and beyond, we often forget hormones don't just rise from stimuli, they rise from calm presence. Deep, rhythmic breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that says, you're safe, you're open, you're home. Try this. Place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Inhale gently for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale slowly for 6. Repeat for 2 minutes before bed. Do this for 3 weeks, and you may notice deeper sleep, more vivid dreams, and yes, more connection in your gaze. Modern science is now confirming what ancient practices knew. Desire flows through the breath, not just the body. 3. The quiet power of physical touch, without pressure. By 60, intimacy is no longer about performance. It's about presence. A warm hand on the thigh, a forehead rested on a shoulder, a casual hug in the kitchen. These small moments reawaken oxytocin, the bonding hormone, with more emotional return than trying to recreate youthful sex. Many couples at this age say, we don't need to go all the way. We just want to feel close again. And guess what? That closeness is not a memory. It's a skill, and it's still yours to access. But here's what most people don't realize, and it's the turning point in this video. The secret isn't rushing into desire, it's learning how to wait for it. This concept is known as edging, or delaying gratification. In younger people, it's often linked to peak performance, but in those 60 and over, edging can rebalance dopamine levels and bring back a lost sense of anticipation, aliveness, and even youthful sparkle, without trying to act young. In the final section of this video, we'll show you how to practice edging safely, gently, and without pressure, how to structure your day to support natural hormone cycles, and how to rebuild emotional intimacy that doesn't rely on function but feeling. So stay with us, because 60+ Wellness Vibes is where your story doesn't fade. It unfolds. And if this speaks to you, drop a comment below. Or better yet, ask your partner to watch the final part with you. This isn't just about hormones, it's about coming home to your own rhythm again. And now, we've reached the part that most people overlook when it comes to intimacy after 60. It's not about doing it like before. It's about building new emotional foundations that match your body's hormonal rhythm today. Edging, the gentle pause that revives your desire. In a world that's always rushing, your body, especially after 60, craves the opposite: slowness, presence, and space. Edging, or the art of intentionally stopping just before climax, helps dopamine remain balanced, enhancing your sense of anticipation, energy, and connection. It doesn't have to involve a partner. You can even do it alone. Find a quiet, safe space. Tune into the sensations, not rushing, not forcing. When you feel near climax, pause. Breathe deeply. Stay still. Resume only when you genuinely feel reconnected, not for release, but for experience. A recent US study showed edging improves sleep quality, raises oxytocin, and sustains dopamine levels in older adults, supporting emotional intimacy without performance pressure. The 3-point rhythm to reset your hormones, day by day. At this age, your hormones don't spike, they respond to steady rhythm. Try following this daily structure to restore your intimacy flow naturally. Morning before breakfast. 5 minutes of mindful breathing or slow walking outdoors. Afternoon before sunset. Stretch gently while listening to calming instrumental music. Evening before bed. Share a moment of wordless touch, holding hands, a cheek on a shoulder, or simply lying close. Just 3 gentle rituals per day for 3 weeks can revive connection, soften stress, and open the door to desire without needing to perform. Reaching for your partner without saying a word. By 60, silence between couples becomes normal. Not because love is gone, but because neither knows how to restart. Tonight, try this. No explanations, no expectations. Just gently reach for their hand as you sit near. Not for sex, not for duty, just to say, I'm still here. That simple gesture might unlock a smile, a breath, a softened gaze. Because intimacy, at its core, isn't about words. It's about presence. From the heart of 60-plus wellness vibes. If you're still with us, that means something powerful. You haven't given up on feeling. You still want to understand. You still want to connect. And that makes you vibrant, whether you're 60, 70, or 85. Here at 60-plus Wellness Vibes, we don't sell empty promises. We bring you real knowledge, grounded tools, and emotional honesty, so you can reconnect with your own rhythm and body the way it deserves. If this video resonated with you, like it. If the content spoke to you, comment with a personal moment. Maybe a time you wanted connection but didn't know how to ask. Subscribe to 60-year-old Wellness Vibes, because what's coming next goes even deeper. In our next episode, we'll explore how to emotionally reignite a cold marriage when sex is no longer the center. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe now, and we'll meet you there.